the end of the two national anthems. And now go through the routine team practices, the pre-match photo and the team huddles. And Sri Lanka playing in their white kit, Bangladesh in their traditional red. As we take a look at the lineup, Sri Lanka first, goalkeeper, captain Sujan Pereira, Harsha Fernando, Daksa Puslas, Saita Ratnayaka, Kavindu Ishan returning to the 11, Asigur Rahman, Chalna Chamira, Wasim Razik, Marvin Hamilton, Ahmed Chasni, and Sasanga Dilhara coming into the starting 11, while Dylan De Silva, a strong call to drop him into the bench for this game. But young Sasang Dilhara, a lot of expectations on his young shoulders, but let's see how the young lad deals with it. That's the routine pre-match toss.
And there you see also the Bangladesh lineup. That is MD Rahmat Mia, Topu Baman, the captain, Jamal Buyan, Suman Reza, Shushanta Tripura, Anishu Rahman. There you go. Anishu Rahman, the goalkeeper. MD Suman Reza, Mohammad Ibrahim, MD Tutul Hussein Badsha, Atikur Rahman Fahad, MD Rudoy, and also Rakib Hussein making the 11. So everyone's interested for this game back here in Sri Lanka and also in back home for Bangladeshi supporters. So it's a do or die, almost. It is, in fact, for Sri Lanka.
Absolutely, and Sri Lanka nothing to lose. And it will be in front of their home crowd.
And today's referee, Mohammad Al Shamari from Qatar, and also his assistants Majid Al Shamari and Faisal Eid. The fourth official, Abdul Hadi Al Rauli.
Let's see what Amir Aljik has been able to do as we see the teams Sri Lanka with their final huddle.
Remember, Dylan is on the bench, so in case Sri Lankan fans looking for Dylan, he might come later on in the game to make an impact.
A strong call by Amir Aljik, but will it pay off? That's the question, as it looks like it's Bangladesh who will kick us off in this game.
And that's the kickoff. Sri Lanka already going for the long ball on the left side.
Kavindu Ishan putting across in hurry, Sasanga Dilhara, and early involvement for the 22-year-old Sasanga. And Amir Aljik watching on. But early signs of attacking intent. Sri Lanka going for it.
Yes, Anishu Rahman, the Bangladeshi goalkeeper, looking to launch the ball into the night sky of Colombo. Off he goes. Received by one of the Bangladeshis, but ball goes back and forth for both teams. Ball still with Bangladesh. Nice interception that by Sri Lanka, but ball now again with Bangladesh.
Good work there. He was under heavy pressure, but somehow managed to get it back to his defender.
Marvin Hamilton.
Free kick conceded and taken. Harsha Fernando goes for the long ball to link up with Kavindu Ishan. Wins a throw in high up the field for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, sometimes plays with flair. We think that a touch too much sometimes.
Absolutely, and already long throw in by Harsha Fernando is being readied up. That shows the attacking intent early on, which is good to see, and a lot of players inside the box.
Yes, Sri Lanka committing movement into the box. There it goes, and the first save for Anishu Rahman.
That's a shot on target for Sri Lanka. Good signs early on. Long throw and a successful header by Kavindu Ishan, but couldn't get much power behind it. But again, strong signs early on by the Golden Army, but now Bangladesh looking to respond.
Jamal Buyan progressing the ball through the left side, tries to put in a cross, says it's a handball, but referee says nothing doing. Duxon again, as ever present in the back line of Sri Lanka, Ducks and Puslas.
Chamod Dilshan also has dropped onto the bench, by the way. Something we didn't mention too much, but see a replay. Duxon doing what Duxon does, making those blocks as Rahmat Mia readying for a throw-in of his own. Looks like he's also going to go for a long throw.
It's quite an impressive throw there. Goes towards the keeper. Sujan Pereira keeps the ball out.
So 2 long throws for both teams, 2 headers on target and 2 saves by both goalkeepers. So attacking signs from both teams in the first 3 minutes alone.
Yes, rightly said. And also Chamod Dilshan, a very tall player, can use him for headers. But today maybe the tactics have changed for the Sri Lankan coach.
Absolutely. He didn't make much of an impact in the last few games. That's now Kevin Vishan once again. He gets past one, goes for the long range shot.
Oh, that was hit with so much of venom.
Absolutely ricocheted off the defender, but no foul and no handball as throw-in going Bangladesh's way now. And you can see the Sri Lankan bench telling their players to keep it up because strong attacking signs at this early stage by the Sri Lankans. And Bangladesh are having to do a lot more defending than they would have expected in these early stages. I'm sure as a throw-in now, headed away by Chaitra Ratnayaka, but ball back with Bangladesh.
Nicely done by Bangladesh, but ball just snatched by Sri Lanka. And player goes down for Sri Lanka. In fact, for Bangladesh, I should say. You see, going for the ball, challenge coming from the back. Oh, Kevin Dilshan breaks in.
He has Wasim in the box. He didn't go for him. Oh, vital block. A vital block, and that was the young Sasanka Dilhara once again. And already in the first 5 minutes, this youngster is showing why he was chosen to start in this game. Kevin Vishan broke in, and Sasanka Dilhara took it first time, but a crucial intervention by Rahmat Mia. And Bangladesh lived to keep fighting. But
this is what happened in the first match as well. I think Sri Lanka started off in a very good position with lots of momentum.
I don't remember them starting off with this much attacking intent, because they've already had 2 shots on goal in the first 5 minutes, and it looks like they're going to keep knocking on Bangladesh's door, and they do need to keep up the momentum. They can't drop off now because they need that early goal. But that was a crucial intervention by Rahmat Mia, because if not for that, surely Sasanka Dilhara would have broken the deadlock.
Yes, Rahul, and that's what you have to do as a good forward, get into right position, getting into right position at the right time. So that's what Sasanka Dilhara did there. Other thing is, Kevin Vishan looks very good today through the left flank of Sri Lanka, just cutting across. There you go again.
Oh, that was a good attempt, but just couldn't keep it under control. But we see the threat of Kevin Vishan. I think he's showing Amir Aljek why he should be in the starting 11. But these are really good signs if you're a Sri Lankan fan and if you're a Bangladeshi fan. Early stages, but they need to get back into the game. They can't let Sri Lanka grow on them too much. If not, if the chances keep coming, Sri Lanka are not a team that are going to keep missing. Yes, long kick now. Danger cleared, but dangerously, and in the end Sujan Pereira came off and caught the ball. And Marvin Hamilton playing extremely deep today.
Yes, I think Marvin Hamilton is a very versatile player, and if he can afford to go front and back, then I think I take it all day, because such a versatile player. And now can Sri Lanka put in a good cross here? They get a corner.
Chaitra Ratnayaka, I think he should have tried to go for the cross a little bit early, but he held on to it a little too long, and in the end fortunate that the tackle came at the expense of a corner.
rightly said, Rahul. I think that's what I told in the opening stages as well. Sometimes a touch too much. Sometimes, you know, when you get the ball, try to pass it in the first instance.
Absolutely, when the chance is there, you need to take
Yeah.
it. As Chalna Samira readies up the corner kick.
A good corner, by the way, but just getting the head of Bangladesh. And now Kavind Ushan in another position. Yes, of course, he's not blessed with a great height, I'd say, but he's blessed with pace, though.
Absolutely, and it's that pace that he keeps utilizing. As once again another corner for Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka keep knocking on the door. They are missing the height of Chamod Dilshan, but they've had 2 chances on goal. And what can be done on this occasion? It will be Kavind Ushan to take the corner kick. He whips it in. Wasim went to it, but defender got there first. And now Bangladesh, can they launch a counter attack?
Oh, nicely done, but still, and he was left all alone there.
Once again, it's Ducks and Puzzlers putting an end to any sort of attacking intent that Bangladesh have. And now Sujan Pereira.
Yes, always the ever-present defender of Sri Lanka. Whenever you break the lines, you find one man staying in front of Sujan Pereira, and it's Daxon. That's how it has been.
But yes, the clearance attempt by Bangladesh not done clearly, and a risky pass by the Bangladesh goalkeeper, but works out in the end. But a throw-in for Sri Lanka now. Anisu Rahman there. He tried to just pass it down the field, but it went almost straight to a Sri Lankan player. Stalter Ratnayaka now. Throw into Marvin Hamilton.
Daxon. And in the pre-match show, we were talking about how the diagonal balls of Bangladesh was a huge threat, and suddenly the diagonal balls of Sri Lankan centre-backs have become a threat as well.
Absolutely. I was trying to figure out which formation Sri Lanka seemed to be playing, and it seems to be 5 at the back or 3 at the back when attacking and 5 at the back when defending, because it looks like Marvin Hamilton is playing one of the 3 at the back defenders, while Harsha Fernando and Chaitra Ratnayaka are playing the wing back roles this game. So it seems a little bit attacking when Sri Lanka go forward, but at the same time they have the defense set up as well in case of any counter attack. So a good formation, John?
I think that's a very good formation, because mostly used in the modern football. I think it's becoming the formation to go, with the wing backs especially coming into play. Sometimes when you can't bypass the centre backs, all you can do when you have good wing backs, you can put in that crosses and get beyond the centre backs. I think that's a very good formation, but again, you have to get your crosses right. And also, yes,
we've seen Harsha Fernando as a wing back. He has done well, but Chaitra Ratnayaka, we are still yet to see anything much from him. But let's see what he can do in this match, as we see a foul won by Sri Lanka, much to the disbelief of the Maldivian bench, Bangladesh bench.
I think this is unnecessary. There you see.
Chaitra Ratnayaka did well to get between the ball and the player, and the contact was eventually going to come, and he went down when it did.
Yes, that was number 2 of Bangladesh, Rakib Hussain. There you see Sasanga pressing the defenders and the goalkeeper as well. Anishur, again, a very good kick. Pushless there. Acrobatic save.
Referee waving play on. Sri Lanka need to keep up their attacking intent. They can't let Bangladesh grow into this game, because if they do, it could smell trouble, because all Bangladesh need is a draw, whereas Sri Lanka need to go for the win. So they need to get that first goal, and they need to get it as early as possible to put the pressure on Bangladesh.
Player still down for Bangladesh here. And also good sportsmanship there from Sri Lanka. They won the attack. They were almost into the final third in Bangladesh's field, but again they acknowledged the player who was down, and he was Ibrahim, the forward of Bangladesh. Went for the ball, but still, I think.
Crunching tackle, but
Yes.
referee had a perfect view of it and he said play on. But it doesn't make that any less painful for the player. But fortunately, he's up and about again. Now it will be Bangladesh who have the throw in. Usually what happens in these situations is they give possession back to the other team. And indeed, sportsmanship continues. Ball right back to Sujam Pereira.
Hamilton on the wall. There you see the Bangladesh forward trying to press, but they'll go for long. But I think maybe he could have gone for other options there.
Hamilton had the right intentions, but much too much power on that kick in no man's land, and Anisu Rahmat had to do nothing but watch it roll out for a goal kick. Sri Lanka need to keep getting into the right areas, need to keep threatening the Bangladesh defense. Because if they stop and they let Bangladesh grow in confidence, it's going to smell trouble as a throw in Sri Lanka's way.
Now Sri Lanka waiting for the throw in. Just asking his teammates to be in better positions there. Hamilton goes for the throw. That was a weird clearance though. I think he had time to just make a pass there. Topu Burman, again a very top class defender from Bangladesh.
I think one of those no-nonsense times, not taking any risks. As we see now, Chaitra Ratnayaka. He tries to find Sasanga Dilhara, and another throw into Sri Lanka up the field. Rakib Hussain. As we see the Sri Lankan bench very busy, doling out instructions and tactics.
Ball given straight to Bangladesh.
Chaitra Ratnayaka.
Takes a deflection. It's going to be a throw in for Bangladesh now.
Chaitra Ratnayaka giving the ball position away a little bit too cheaply there. But we'll wait and see. Rahmat Mia. He's not happy. Headed out by Chaitra Ratnayaka for another throw in.
Bangladesh going for the throw, a very long one, but goes straight into a Sri Lankan head. Now Hamilton trying to shield the ball, does very well. Has he put the ball out? No, ball still in play, but falls very conveniently for a Bangladesh player.
Now over the top, but once again, no forwards in the area, and Sujam Pereira collects. That's the advantage of Marvin Hamilton. His strength and physique allows him to shield off players with the strength he has, and we saw it just there as now Sri Lanka over the top ball to try and link up with Kavin Vishan, but just a touch too powerful. And Amir Aljek, you can see the stress and frustration on his face. Sri Lanka need to keep things under control here, they can't let this get away from them. Looks like they're trying to play a front three with Wasim in the middle, with Kavindu and Sasanga on either side. But
you can see, Rahul, that suddenly just seeing a few patterns of the last game. Sri Lanka starting very well. The first 10-15 minutes they looked very good, and then suddenly, as I say, they come back into an attacking mode. This is what I and most Sri Lankan.
Absolutely, because that's what I keep saying. They can't let Bangladesh grow into the game, because when they start off strong, they need to keep it up. They need to keep the pressure on the defense. But when they sit back a little bit, or when they let things cool down a little bit, it gives the opposition team a chance to get back into the game, which we may be seeing here.
Yes, rightly said.
See, head coach Alajic, not the happiest of people at the moment.
I think even after the four-goal comeback, still wasn't really the happiest person. I think I think that kind of mentality helps the team, because that is what we call the winning mentality. And
As we see some legends of the Sri Lankan game there. Sampath Pereira. Just now Sri Lanka going for another long ball. Raman came off his line to clear, and a late challenge, and rightfully a free kick. That was a very late challenge. Samir, as we see, Sampath Pereira, the captain of the Sri Lankan team who won the SAF Championship in 1995. Hopefully the players can take some inspiration from his time. That's now a good 1-2 attempt, I was going to say, but Sasanga Dilhara just not enough power to link up with Chaitra Ratnayaka. And now it's Bangladesh.
just putting the ball out. I think the interception, getting a deflection. It will be a throw in for Bangladesh again.
Ramat Mia there. Throw-in didn't work for Bangladesh, and now Sri Lanka back in possession.
Kavindushan on the left. Harsha Fernando.
Needs to link up with a teammate, goes for it. He finds Kavindushan. Kavindushan just couldn't stay on his feet.
I think he just got a cramp there. He was down on the field with a cramp.
Sri Lankan fans will be praying it's nothing serious as Jamal Buyan puts the ball out of play. Sri Lankan fans will have their hearts in their mouth. Kavindushan has been one of the key players so far, and he's holding his leg in some discomfort. Could we see Dylan De Silva much earlier than we anticipated?
Maybe Rahul. Let's see how this, what type of injury or in fact
doesn't
suddenly
look-
pulls up.
I think he slipped,
Yeah.
and when you slip like that, it's never a painless moment. As I said, Sri Lankan fans will be hoping that he can continue, because if he can't, it could already be a little bit of trouble for Sri Lanka.
You can see the officials giving out instructions.
Coach Lanka, technical coach Dudley Stainwall, as well as the rest of them. The Bangladesh players. Fahad there is trying to collect the thoughts of the players. Maybe reminding his teammates that they are the ones in the advantageous situation. See Mohammad Chazni in the starting 11 for the second game running. The Bangladesh bench much more calm, I'd say, than the Sri Lankan one, all seated back and just watching the events unfold.
As I told Rahul, even though they might look calm now, and also they are in a winning position now, but they also have the fear of, being in a very good position and suddenly giving away.
Absolutely, as Sri Lanka currently playing with a man down, Kavindushan receiving some treatment on the sidelines. So, a long ball now. Good work by Duxon, allowing Sujan to collect the ball.
Just guiding its way into Sujan, and Sujan goes for the long ball.
Good work by Chaitra Ratnayaka. A poor attempted pass. Sees possession right back with Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh. A crucial intervention by Marvin Hamilton. Good work, and now the follow-up. Once again, not really connecting, but Sri Lanka high up the field, getting the ball. Sasanga Dilhara. Oh, that was a wasted chance indeed.
He had other options.
Asim
as well.
Razik, I beg your pardon. That was, I think, the closest or one of the best chances. That was, if he could have kept that on target, maybe
Yeah.
it could have smelled trouble for Bangladesh. He did absolutely brilliantly to get
that was
past the defender.
Yeah, exactly. That was some very good dribbling he had to do to get past all of them, and then finally not able to keep the shot down. Ball just flying from the second that hit his leg.
If he can keep that up, they can keep the pressure on the Bangladesh defenders. As we see the replay, he did really well to get into that position from a tight angle. It was always asking a bit much, but
Exactly.
he couldn't keep it down on target, and in the end it's a wasted chance, a reprieve for Bangladesh. But Sri Lanka need to keep up the attacking momentum, and they need to keep knocking on the door.
Yeah, rightly said, because Sri Lanka has, as we told in the earlier minutes of the game, nothing to lose. All they have to do is score goals. If you're going to concede, they can then again try to score again. It's just a cycle. All you need to do is just score goals and win the match. Because Sri Lanka currently are in a position where they can be knocked out. It's 0-0.
Exactly, they need that goal. They need to try and get the opening goal. That's now.
Oh, there you see the daring run. Nicely put in. But Anishu Rahman well placed to collect the ball.
Link up there could the Sri Lankan players. Rahman with a very powerful kick.
Yes, the ball just kite so much. Again, nicely chested towards Sujan Pereira there. Sujan goes for a throw.
Fernando coming to Ishan, fortunately back on the field and seems okay. That's over the top ball. Oh, the player got there first, but he should have done better. Sasanka Dilhara, he rounded the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and the other thing was, I think the ball just got stuck onto the field.
That could have come into play as well as a long-range effort.
And Sri Lanka!
Wasim Razik, oh, he slipped, but that's the goal! And Wasim Razik, he scored 4 against Maldives, and he scored the 5th goal of the tournament. And Sri Lanka take the lead against Bangladesh here in the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa trophy. And it's advantage Sri Lanka. And as things stand, it's Sri Lanka who are going through to the grand finale. But as we see, it was a long-range effort and Wasim slipped, but it looked like the goalkeeper Rahman slipped as well.
At the end, a very, very interesting goal, because the ball was stuck so hard. You can see Wasim almost slipped, but still had the composure. Oh my God.
That was a brilliant goal, but credit to the assist as well, because he took the strike from out of the box.
So much of venom, it just tested the keeper so much.
Absolutely, and Wasim Razik, he did what any attacker should do. He was there to feed on the scraps, and
yes,
when goalkeeper Rahman let the ball drop, he was there to hit it in.
Yes,
he got a little lucky with the finish.
Right, he said.
There is nothing lucky about being in the right place at the right time, and Wasim Razik has his 5th goal of the tournament.
Yeah, that's why he's the leading goal scorer, because he knows where to get in when you get a strike like that, and he knows how the ball is going to come back. So that was really good positioning, and also even by slipping, he put the ball in.
As we see some unfortunate signs coming to Ishan. Coming off, I think he didn't recover fully from that injury that he suffered.
Yes.
But on another note, I think I saw who is getting ready to come on, and he has the number 10 on his back, Jana.
Very excited, the Sri Lankan fans. Their eyes just getting widened when they see the number 10. And again, Kavindu Ishan going out amidst the applause of the audience and also the acknowledgement, because he started off well the game.
And now we see the 5 at the back for Sri Lanka. But now the question remains, what do Sri Lanka do? They have the lead, but can they afford to sit back from this point onwards? Or do they need to go and try to extend the lead further?
Yes, a good question, Rahul. But again, with Sri Lanka conceding 4 goals in the first match, I think it's not a wise decision to sit back. If you have a very, yes, the quality is there, but still, you know, these are big games, pressurizing games. And I don't think any kind of defense, even the best of the defense, can't handle this much of pressure. I think it's better to just play your normal game. And as we talk, a sliding tackle comes in. Sujan Pereira is there and makes on the save. Don't sit back, Sri Lanka. That's what the crowd is saying as well.
Absolutely. Sujan Pereira putting his body on the line there. As we see some last-ditch defending. As number 7 was getting ready to kick the ball and almost kicked the Sri Lankan skipper's head off as well.
Yes.
But brave goalkeeping by Sujan Pereira. Sri Lanka, I think the best